Hey guys, welcome back to Chic on the Cheap. So this week I wanted to show you a project that I did on our fireplace over the holidays. We actually have been renovating our home for about 3 years, and there's a beautiful fireplace in our living room. It's the masonry work was done beautifully. The only problem was the brick that they used didn't quite go with the rest of the house in the way that we renovated it. So we've been looking at all these different options on how to cover up this dark colored brick. Should we have stone put over it? Should we try to have, a big piece made that fits over the top of it? We looked at just about everything, but everything was super expensive. So my husband and I decided that there had to be a cheaper way to make our fireplace look like a part of our newly reconstructed house. So my husband was actually a manager for an Ace Hardware and had the brilliant idea of trying Quikrete. So that's what we did. Check it out. So here's what we started with, the before fireplace, and as you can see it's just a little bit dark, a little bit dated brick, so we wanted to change it up and give it a fresh, lighter look. My first step was to cover up the 4 vents that you see around the area. There used to be an insert with a blower in this fireplace, but we got rid of it, and our chimney sweep told us as long as we're just burning wood in the firebox that it would be okay to cover those vents up. So we used a cement board, the kind that you use when you put down tile. We just cut out some pieces of cement board and put those in the vents to cover them up. And then you also want to clean it off really well. I know it doesn't look clean, but I did clean it off with soap and water. So next we mix up our Quikrete, and we just bought 2 bags of Quikrete and a bottle of cement bonding agent. You can find that all at your hardware store. The 2 bags of Quikrete were about $6 each, and the bonding agent was about $5 or something around there. The bonding agent is kind of like a glue that is going to help give that cement a better consistency and help it hold together better when it's applied in a thinner way than what you usually would use Quikrete for. So I mixed it up. I did end up adding a little bit more water than what it said, just so it was a little easier to work with, and I just applied it using a putty knife, what you would use for sheetrocking. Now this, I won't lie, was the tricky part. I kind of had to figure out how to put it on there so it would hold on and work well, and you have to do it a little bit at a time. It takes a long time to do, but I put it on probably about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick and just kind of filled it in. And then the trick is to give it texture. You want to make sure that you give the whole facade a nice texture, because when it dries it's going to look like stone. So I was careful to kind of go back and try to smooth out any areas where you could see the edges of the putty knife, but still keep that texture. And here's what it looked like when it dried. It was a nice light gray color, and as you can see from the up close shot, it really looks like stone because of that texture that we put in there. And this was a really great alternative for us because it cost less than $30 to do. It did take a whole night, but it was worth it for the money we saved. The last step will be to add a mantle, and then we will be all done. Now again, we did check with our chimney sweep to make sure that this would be okay to use, and we got the okay, and so far everything's worked out really well with it. The only problem that sometimes we have is that it likes to get dusty and crumble a little bit sometimes. It hasn't cracked or anything like that, and my kids crawl all over it all the time, so I know it's pretty durable. The only thing that I think I might do in the future is try to find some sort of fireproof sealer that I could maybe put over the whole cement area so that it would kind of seal it together a little bit better. But other than that, we're really happy with the way it turned out, and for under $30 I'm very happy. Alright, so thank you guys so much for tuning in this week, and please join me right back here next week for more money saving ideas that will make you look good.